So briefly, just before we start, I wanted to share a story with you, story that probably a lot of us can relate to. I work with a married couple. We do private lessons on Zoom, and so anyways, I had a session with them this morning, and as you know, married couples are have a tendency to do, they were a bit at odds this morning, and the wife in particular was very upset because her husband had cleaned out the garage and thrown away something that was in storage in the garage that was important to her. I think he didn't realize the significance of it, and he was cleaning it out and he threw it away, and she just realized it this morning and she was very upset about it. And so that was kind of the situation that we began our yoga class with. And she said, I just need to vent this before we start. And so she told her story. And, it's a very typical situation. People get into these kind of situations all the time. I don't think the husband was malicious. I don't think she's outrageous for being upset by it. But I said to her, you know what? Let's not talk about it too much because we're probably not going to get to the bottom of the situation. And even just talking about it isn't going to really change the facts of the situation that much. And beyond that, I'm not a therapist in the sense of let's talk your problems out. I said instead, let's just acknowledge that it's there. It's this situation has happened. This is our starting point, this situation. And from here, let's do a practice where we really just give it give it our all, focus on our practice, focus on our breathing, focus on relaxing, focus on releasing, letting go, and let's see where we're at the end of it. We had an absolutely beautiful class, and the class ended with her getting off her mat, going and giving her husband a big hug. Because in that time, it wasn't that the situation hadn't happened, it was that she was no longer seated in the vibration of the anger, the hurt, the loss. She was no longer in that vibration. She had moved back into a vibration of greater understanding, of love, of forgiveness, of accepting that this is a material object that is gone, that can be replaced. It's not the end of the world. And it was that perspective shift on her part that allowed her to feel better and allowed her to feel free, not by getting the object back or not by the past changing, but just by letting go of her attachment to the anger. This is the last thing that I'm going to say. On your radio, you cannot be on 100.1 and 98.7 at the same time. In the same way, you cannot be on love and anger at the same time. You cannot be on peace and frustration at the same time. You cannot be on fear and trust at the same time. They are different vibrations, and you have to tune yourself to the vibration that you want to be in. So, wherever you're at today, whatever is going on in your life, it's okay, it's perfect. Let it be. It's your starting point. Give yourself to this practice and let's see if you manage to tune your dial to a place that feels better without anything outside of you having to change. Okay? All the shift comes from inside. All the shift comes from inside. Bring your hands together at your heart. Let's do it. I feel like we're going to have a very inspired class this morning. All the shift comes from inside. Rub your hands together. Nothing outside of you needs to change in order for you to feel better. Hands to your heart. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it in. Now, as you hold, let your shoulders relax, let your spine lift, let your energy rise. Exhale all your breath out. And we do it again. Take a slow, deep breath. Hold it in, please. And exhale all your breath out. This is moving the energy. Inhale. Hold it. You're kind of breaking through. You're starting to knock up some of that stagnation. Exhale, let it out now. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Chanting Om. Take a slow breath in. Om. Again, inhale. Om.